morning, students. Hope you all are doing well. In the previous class, we have gone through the meaning and features of principles of management. Today, we'll go through the significance or importance of principles of management. Topic, that is significance or importance of principles of management. It means why it is important for the managers to have the knowledge of these principles of management, or why it is important for the managers to study these principles of management. First point is providing managers with useful insights into reality. That is, if the managers are having knowledge of these principles of management, then they will be able to handle the problems in real life situation. These principles of management help in increasing the knowledge of the managers, and it helps the managers in coping up with the problems in real life situation. So they provide a useful insight to the managers that in real life situation, if any problem arrives, then how they are going to provide a solution for that. So it also helps in increasing the efficiency of the managers. Then second point is optimum utilization of resources and effective administration. You can see the second point, optimum utilization of resources and effective administration. First, you need to understand what do you mean by optimum utilization of resources. Optimum utilization of resources means maximum utilization of all the resources by avoiding wastage of resources and thereby enhancing the profits of the organization by reducing the cost of the enterprise. When we say resources, resources means it can be manpower, material, machine, money which are used in an organization. All these are called as the resources, and making optimum utilization of all these resources. The knowledge of the principles of management help the managers in making optimum utilization of all the resources, because all the principles, when you go through, you'll find that most of the principles, they help in making optimum utilization of all the resources. So the knowledge of these principles help the manager in making the maximum utilization of all the resources, whether it is manpower, machine, material, money, and thereby helps in reducing the cost and enhancing the profits of the organization. It also helps in effective administration. If the manager is having knowledge about these principles of management, then he will be able to effectively manage the affairs of the organization. Next one is scientific decisions. This particular importance, this point, is basically referring to the principles being given by Frederick Winslow Taylor, who has given scientific principles, and his principles are mainly based on scientific study. He has said that the study should be conducted in a scientific manner. The reason of a particular problem should be found out, and then the solution should be applied scientifically. So these principles of management, knowledge of these principles of management helps the managers in taking scientific decision. That is, it helps the managers in getting a scientific solution to the given problems, and that is possible through the scientific study of the situations which is being conducted, and based on that the principles being derived. So these, if the manager is having the knowledge of these principles, then he will be able to take the decisions in a scientific manner. Next is meeting changing environment requirements. Meeting changing environment requirements. As we all know that the business operates in a ever-changing environment where there is always one or the other change. The change may be in the technological environment or social or economic or political. There are so many changes which take place. And every business has to function in this changing environment. And because principles of management are flexible, they are not rigid. So these principles of management can be modified according to the given situation. So it helps the managers in meeting the changing environment requirements, because they don't have to apply the principles of management in a rigid way. They can change it, they can modify it according to the requirements, according to the changes in the business environment. They can modify the principles and apply it. Next is fulfilling social responsibility. You can see here, fifth point is fulfilling social responsibility. Some of the principles, it also helps the managers in fulfilling the responsibility towards the society. Like there is a principle of fair remuneration, which speaks about fair remuneration to be paid to the employees so as that they are able to earn a reasonable standard of living. So this principle is talking about, if you remember last year we have studied about personal objectives, social objectives, where it speaks about fair remuneration to be paid to the employees. That is one of the responsibility towards the society. Same way there is a principle of equity, which says that there should be equal treatment given to all the employees working in the organization, irrespective of caste, gender, nationality. All the employees should be treated in an equal manner. So again, that is also helping in fulfilling one of the social responsibility towards the society. So the knowledge of these principles of management help the managers in fulfilling the social responsibility. Last point is management, training, education and research. That is, these principles of management, they form the basis of management training, education and research. That is, in several institutions, these principles are taken as a base for the training of the managers. Before they become the managers, the training is given to the managers regarding these principles of management so that they are able to cope up with the real life situations and apply the solution to the problems accordingly. So it helps in the training of the managers. Second is education. It helps in education. That is, there are so many courses, if you'll take graduation and post-graduation courses, where these management principles are being taught. Like even in school also, like we are teaching these principles of management. So it helps in management education, the field of education also. These principles are being taught. And then research, that is, even these principles of management, they help in the research work of several management thinkers. Those are having the knowledge of these principles of management. With the help of that, they conduct the research, they come up with new principles, and that is the reason that you can find so many principles being derived. Apart from what has been given by Fayol and F.W. Taylor, there are so many other management thinkers who have conducted the research in the field of management. Having the knowledge of these principles of management, they have derived many more principles have been established. So in this way, it helps, the knowledge of principles of management help in training of managers, education and research.